Hi, welcome back to On the Volley. It's been a while since I've been on the box, okay, a couple of weeks, okay. I've missed quite a few games, but unfortunately, what can I say? I've been busy. You all know that this for us is a hobby, okay. It's not a full-time job. I'd love to be able to do this full-time, but I'm not in the situation or the position to do that as yet. So hopefully it's a goal, it's our target. And one day you'll see us on a daily basis. Now, I don't know whether that's good or bad, to be totally honest, but hey, that's our target. Anyway, I'm back here to talk about that man again. Yep, you guessed it, Ange Postecoglou. And he's got Ange ball rolling, okay? Them lot down the road, yep, Spurs, I hate to say it, but Spurs are still top of the league and still unbeaten under that man. Now, they've played 10 games. Won 8, drawn 2. They haven't lost a game this season. The only other team not to have lost a game this season is, yep, you guessed it, my boys, Arsenal. But we are, okay, second in the league. We've got 24 points, okay. Spurs are on 26 points. Not a lot of difference. Manchester City are on 24 points as well. It's all on goal difference at the moment. Liverpool, I do believe Liverpool are on 22 points, is it? No. Oh my God, we've got a Liverpool supporter there. Okay, and Liverpool are on 23 points at the moment. And it's Aston Villa who are in 5th place, okay, with 22 points. So, you know, although I'm talking about the top 4, well, really I'm talking about Ange, but I'm just linking the top 4. Just remember, okay, Aston Villa are there and they're still in the mix as well. And that's the top 5 at the moment. Now, I will have to say something. A lot of the Arsenal supporters have been asking themselves a question, okay, or asking a fellow Gooners a question. Should we be worried? Well, I said it when I heard that Ange was going to take over Spurs. I said we need to watch out for that man. But should we be worried? Yes, no, I don't know. You know, it's too early in the day to say. Let's not forget something. Arsenal last season, we were in front for 90% of the season. You know, when we came to the back end of the season, we lost it against West Ham and Southampton. That's where we bowled it. Yes, you heard it. We bottled it. At least that's my point of view. A lot of the Gooners, a lot of my fellow Gooners turned around and said, we didn't bottle it. It was the what you call it, the injuries which impacted us. And to be totally honest, the main injury was to Saliba. Now, the loss of Saliba was a massive loss to Arsenal. But hey, injuries are part and package of football. So you can't really use that as an excuse as far as I'm concerned. That's my humble opinion. Now, that said, still early in the season, as I said, okay, Ange has got a bit of a headache coming up in January. And you're saying, well, what the hell are you on about? Well, you've got the Africa Cup of Nations coming up, which is going to be played from the 10th of January to, I do believe, Saturday the 13th of January it starts and finishes on the 11th of February, with the final being on the 11th of February. And you've got Shah and Bissouma, who are not going to be in the Tottenham team because they'll be at the Africa Cup of Nations. So they'll lose them for a month, or depending on how far their team goes. Okay, could be the full month if they get to the final. But hey, who knows? So potentially they can lose Shah and Bissouma for a month, and that would be a mega loss for Spurs. They've also got the Asia Cup, which has been rescheduled. Okay, I'll let you know, and it's on the 12th of January to the 10th of February, and they're going to lose Son. Son has been on fire, so that's another massive loss for Spurs. They got 4 games in that period, and I think they're playing Brighton, they're playing Man United, they're playing Everton, and to be totally honest, I can't even remember who the 4th team are, and you know what, I really don't care. All I do know is that's going to be a mega miss for them, because you're talking 3 first-team players there. Now, we all know that Ange's team doesn't have great depth as far as I'm concerned. And I think, you know, a lot of my family and friends are Spurs supporters as well. And they agree with me, they're lacking in depth. But like I said, Ange will definitely go out. He will definitely get some players in, and he will get them in early. So, personally, I don't know how it's going to go for them yet. I think a lot will depend as well in where they are at the end of December. But you've got to be honest, okay, right? I think they will be in and about the mix. I don't think they'll be top of the league, to be totally honest. Now, you're saying to me, why do I say that? Simple. All you got to do is look at their performance against Fulham, yeah? Now, they played well in the first half against Fulham. I thought, you know, great football. But in the second part of the second half, if Fulham had their shooting boots on, that could have been a draw. Fulham could have scored 2-3 goals. They wasted so many chances, okay? The end product was absolutely poor from them. And then you got their game against Crystal Palace, where I was quite shocked to see. I think it's Romero, yeah, the right back. He kept passing the ball back to the keeper passes it to him, he passes it back to the keeper passes it to him, he passes it back to the keeper. And for me, what was that? Was that time wasting? Or was that a tactic to pull in the Crystal Palace players, get them to comfortable so they could hit them on the break, which on a couple of occasions they did. Now, is that Ange Postecoglou adapting himself to the Premier League? Because let's be honest, okay, right, it is definitely a harder league than any league that Ange has managed that up until now. So, I mean, that can be understandable if that was what he was doing and that was a tactic. Got to be honest, okay, watching Celtic under Ange, I'm not used to it. But let's see how it develops. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if that's the case. Or maybe it was just a case of, you know, the player decided on his own to play like that. And if that was the case, Ange wouldn't have been happy. Just like I don't think he was happy about the second half, okay, or the second part of the second half against Fulham. There's no way Ange would have been happy about that. But it's still a work in process. Let's not forget, it's only 10 games, yeah? It's still a long way to go. And by the time Ange finished with, you know, basically transforming the team, because it's not at 100% yet, he said it himself, we'll see a completely different Spurs to what we're seeing today. A vastly improved Spurs, which as an Arsenal fan worries me. Now look, I've said it before, Ange does his transfers in early. I don't like talking about transfers, okay, rumours and speculation, but I'm gonna reiterate one thing. I do believe that Jota is definitely, okay, a player that Ange would like to get in. Now, on one of my last videos, I think I said that Jota was getting paid 25 million a year. I do believe that's wrong. I think it's 10 million a year. Don't ask me where I got 25 million from. Okay, right, like I said, I'm getting old. Alzheimer's, alcohol and Alzheimer's. I don't know, yeah? So we're talking like about 190 grand a week. But like I said, Tottenham could never ever, okay, afford to pay 190 grand, okay, if they took Jota in on loan. But like I said before, Al Ittihad, okay, can definitely pay his whole wages or very heavily subsidise it, okay, so that, you know, if Jota does go on loan, the team he goes on loan to won't have to pay him that much. And I think that's an option, and I think that may be what happens. Look, if you get Jota, said it before, won't keep saying, you know, can't stop saying it, massive player, great player. Ask any Celtic supporter and they'll tell you who Jota is and how bad that boy is on the ball. Now, Ange made me laugh on two things here that he said. One of the things, well, three things. One of the things that he said, okay, right, was that Most teams try to make their club a fortress. Okay, right. Spurs are turning it into a nightclub. I thought that was brilliant. Another thing that Ange says, okay, he wants the Spurs fans to dream. He says, let them dream. And apparently, he watches Pep Guardiola and copies every game. Now that's an in-joke between him and Neville. Great sense of humour, great guy, very humble. My idol, love him to bits, okay? Love everything he did at Celtic. Miss him, want him to do well. I don't want Spurs to do better than Arsenal. Said it, keep saying it, okay? But watch out for that boy. This season is definitely, so far, very, very interesting. You have at least 5 teams really close together. And I think, okay, that the Christmas games, okay, one after the other, will probably split the pack a bit. Let's see what happens. Anyway, that's it from me, yeah. Short and sweet. At least I think it's short and sweet. Yeah, I don't even know how many minutes it is. I just yabba. But that's it from me. As you can see, I'm inside today. I'm in the Shamrock Irish pub because outside it's pouring cats and dogs and there's no way I'm going to get myself wet. So, cheers, boys. Good luck to Arsenal. Good luck to Ange. But stay behind our team, yeah? Me, Shah. I'm out.